Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, channel. In this podcast, I would like to telling to you about what is my thinking in this night time. Usually, I'm thinking in the morning time and when I going to work or if I already in the working place. But nowadays, I just want to talking to you and making a podcast regarding this life. I mean, it's like the life, literally life. I mean, it's more like the. Do you know when I was in the kindergarten, I always thinking, I am human, and I have parents, and my parents have their parents, and which is they are my grandmother, and my grandmother have parents, and the parents of grandmother also have parents, and parents become upper and upper and upper and upper, and it will be more like a pyramid in the end of the time. So I thinking is, who is the creature of the upper pyramid of that one? The first person who is the creature like that. If we are in the Muslim we know that Allah create us, create Adam and Eve, and Adam and Eve have the children, and children have the children, and the children again have the children, and until now we are the and we are not ancestor, but we are the children of Adam and Eve, we can say like that. And we can say that Adam and Eve is our ancestor. But in some case I thinking like this, at that time when I was in the kindergarten, I see a frog, and this frog is looks like very struggle when this animal want to step up to the upper floor, and they are very struggle, jumping and jumping again, and they cannot reach that level of the floor. So I thinking like this. In other side, it's very easy for me to get that level. So I think like, how if I become frog, did I feel like jumping is very difficult things in my life? Maybe for us jumping is not very difficult thing for us because we can easily jump. But for this frog, maybe they need to jumping high to reach some level of floor or some level of mud or something like that. So I thinking, why this frog become frog, and why the animal not animal, sorry, I mean the plants, we see plants also, and these plants growing. When this plants is growing, I think inside the plants also have the something like what we call now is like a spirit. So I think these plants also have spirit, and the animal also have spirits, and we also have spirits. So I think, how if someday I become plants, what will I feel like that? So I thinking it's like, why we become human, and why the animal become animal, and why the plants become plants. So it's always in my mind from long time back until now, and even until now, if I thinking logically, I cannot find the real answer for that one. Because it's like, if we're thinking logically, it's very difficult for us to accept whatever our religion say or whatever our beliefs say, because in every each religion is different, right? It's like maybe for Muslim and Christian, they know Adam and Eve, but maybe for another religion like Hindu or Buddha, they know that it's like life is like a circle, and it's like human now already die so many times in the long time back. So for them it's like have the things named like reincarnation. But sometimes I also talking and in my mind, and I make like some like fiction story also regarding this, and I thinking like this, I ever think like in this life maybe there is in the, if you ever hear that the time the time and space is unlimited. So if we telling like this, okay, time is uh 1 day or 1 weeks or 1 month or 1 year. For us is 1 day is 24 hours. But that is assumption, right? Because long time back people don't understand 1 day is how long. After that we gradually making the assumption for that one. So we assume that 1 day is 24 hours. We assume that uh 1 year is 365 days, and we assume everything, and we make it like agreement. Each of pace of our life, we make it as an agreement that okay, we call it 1 year, or we call it 1 decade, or we call it one life cycle. So we this world is full of agreement between people. So I think that is like time and space is unlimited. We as a human only make it limited, but actually in the real things, that one is time and space is unlimited. So human make it limited. Human make everything limited, because our mind is cannot reach the very big knowledge that we don't know, and we never know until now. So I ever thinking, and I already ever make a story regarding the life is maybe in the future time, as the human know now. It's like in the future maybe there is people see, oh, human make everything messed up. If they don't have religion, or if they don't have belief, or if they don't have something they scare about, they will make it is in the mess up. So somebody from the future going through the very 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 beginning day in this world time, and they settle something like a religion, and they think it's like okay, if they make a religion, and the human will become more better, and they are not killing each other so easily, and they will not become thieves so easily, or they will not hurting each other so easy because of they scare of something. So they thinking maybe it's important to make the humans care of something, and they make it like that, and they make some makeover of the time, and they make it like a story or a history of the human being. So sometimes I thinking I ever have the fiction story in my mind that maybe it's all created by somebody, not somebody literally one person, maybe one group or one organization or one culture or one country in the future, and they make it like a very very huge impact in the past to change the future. Maybe you don't understand what I say now, but if you ever thinking like what I ever think, maybe you will understand. But if you are not so thinking deeply, maybe you think that what is you saying now, what you say now, because I don't understand whatever you say. So it's okay for me, even if you are not understand also I feel okay, because actually I make this podcast because I feel a little bit sleepy, and but my mind is still thinking and thinking and thinking, and it's become so big thinking in my mind. So I think I have to telling it to you, and I think that uh, everything's happen in this life is like just happen like that. We cannot say that, oh, it's happened because of these things, or it's happened because of these things. I'm sure that is have the correlation between each each part of our life, or each accident in our life. It is have the huge impact to another's things in our surrounding life. But it's not good if we always thinking like, oh, my life is so not good like this, or my life is so good, or that people life is better than me, or something like that. Because everything everything good or bad, it's because of our perspective only. Even time and space, it's all about our perspective only. Do you ever think like when we feeling sad in some day, we feel like one day is very long time for us. We feel like it's very very long time to spend one day with the sadness. But if we are very happy, we will not think that one day is very long time. We think like, oh, a 1 week is just finished like that, because at that time we feel very happy. So it's depend on our feeling and our thinking and our perspective of seeing something. So I think it's like it will be more wise if we see something based on what we wish of that one. For example, we feel that uh, for the simple things only, okay? Because I think now it's like now I'm sleeping. In front of me there is a black cupboard. I buy that one is very cheap also, that cupboard. But I never think that cupboard is a cheap cupboard. I never think it means like, I never treat the cupboard as the special or not special based on their price, because for me the cupboard is cupboard only. The function of cupboard is to keeping my clothes, that's all. Even there is a very expensive cupboard or the cheap cupboard, for me it's same. Because in my perspective, is cupboard is same. Whatever the price you get when you buy the cupboard, the function is same. But it will be different if you buy the phone. For example, you buy the expensive phone, and if you buy the cheap phone, maybe in your perspective the expensive phone is better, working better than the cheap phone. So it's depend on your perspective. It's same like your clothes. It's for some people, oh, if I using the expensive clothes, I will feel more comfortable, and I feel more brave, or I feel more charming. But for another people's, maybe whatever the clothes, as long as they using the clothes, it's same, just for cover the body and dress it well, or just make it like human, that's all. So everything based on your perspective. So you cannot say like oh, this girl is not good because of she is blah blah blah, or because of she is fat. You cannot say like this girl is not good because of she is fat, and this girl is very good because she is sexy and slim. You cannot say like that. Maybe for you fat is not good, but for somebody, maybe the girl with the fat is looks chubby and very fluffy and lovely. So you cannot say like that. It's because of your perspective only. And uh, as a human, you should not telling something like make another people thinking their perspective is wrong. You should not make it like that. You should not thinking and always hope another person to do whatever you like, because if you already put your happiness on what the people say and what the people do for you, it will ruin your life, because you will not never ever feeling happy in your life. Because when you say that, oh, I'm not happy because of you always be like this, you always be like that, and you always be like blah 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 like that, it's not good. Because you cannot change people, but you can change your perspective of people. If you see the good things of one people, you will see that people is very perfect for you. But if you only see the bad things of people, you will see whatever these people do, it will become like the worst thing in your life. So you will never ever happy. That's all. Okay, so this is my thinking. Sorry if my thinking is jumping from the creature of life until the perspective, until and somewhere going somewhere and somewhere. I'm sorry, but I do like to sharing my mind to you, because I think it's very important to inform people that whatever we thinking in this life, maybe we have to share that one. And later I will try to reading more books. And it's like I'm not reading books for talking, because nowadays I'm very rare reading a books. I usually reading article or hearing the YouTube video or something like that, see the funny video. But from now I want to try to reading the books, because I feel like if I read the books I have more imagination, and it's better for me. I feel like I'm free fly. I mean, it's like not fly literally fly, but I feel it's like my soul is like released to somewhere. it's it's I just feel like if I reading the books, if I have time with myself, and if I reading more and more, I feel like I have my own world, which is very very tiny world for me. And that world is based on whatever I thinking. Nobody can disturb that my tiny world, and I think it's perfect for me. I just think like that, because we cannot make this real world as our world, because everybody is giving impact to our life, right? It's like we have to work, we have to socialize with another person, and we have to talk to another person, or we have to more human or something like that. But if we have our own tiny world, we will feel like we are the king of that world, and we can make it as our wish, and we can imagine that one as our wish. So it's important for me, and I need that kind of world. And I usually, before, when I was small kid until I was in university, I have that that word, it's like nobody can disturb that one. I have my own time, own I have the time which I'm not doing anything, which I only do nothing, and I can't read the books or just clean some my accessories or something like that. I just make folding the clothes like that, but I do that one without pressure, and I feel like I I can have my own tiny world. So it's very precious to me. I feel like it's like dating yourself, because yourself will never lie to you, and yourself will never betray you. That is the ultimate things the human can have. The relationship, the best relationship is the relationship for not for it's like the relationship with yourself. That is the best relationship you will ever get in your life. And I realized that if you never love yourself, you will not love by somebody. Maybe like that, or yeah, maybe like that. So it's important for you for see yourself and what you want and what kind of imagination you have, just like that. Okay, so that is my thinking for tonight. I hope you will like my sharing, and please subscribe if you like this podcast, and see you in the next podcast. If I have another thinking of this life, I will share to you. I think sometimes maybe I will become a philosophy people like that, because I do like to thinking more deep, more deep like that. So I think like, okay, maybe I will become philosopher someday. But for me it's okay now. I become an engineer and a lecturer in part-time, but it's okay for me. I just happy with that one, and thank you. See you in the next podcast.